Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's podcast episode, where we delve into a monumental development in international relations and its ripple effects across the globe. Over the weekend, a joint operation by the United States and Israel resulted in the death of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. This unprecedented military action marks a significant escalation in the already tense relations among Washington, Tehran, and Jerusalem, potentially setting the stage for a broader regional conflict. To understand the gravity of this situation, we must consider the backdrop leading up to these events. For months, tensions have been simmering primarily around Iran's nuclear aspirations. The international community, particularly the United States under President Donald Trump, has been vocal about its concerns over Iran's nuclear program. Efforts to engage in indirect negotiations appeared to have stalled, as diplomatic solutions seemed increasingly out of reach. President Trump, known for his assertive foreign policy stances, had already orchestrated a substantial military buildup in the Middle East. This deployment of warships and aircraft carriers, the largest since the 2003 invasion of Iraq, signaled that the U.S. was prepared to take decisive action if it deemed necessary. The strike, codenamed Epic Fury, targeted Khamenei's residence in Tehran and confirmed his death within hours, an event that resonated profoundly across the globe. The immediate aftermath of the strike saw Iran retaliating with swift military responses, targeting U.S. bases and Israeli locations in the region. The conflict quickly expanded beyond these initial exchanges, with other Middle Eastern countries becoming embroiled in the violence. Reports of significant casualties, including the tragic bombing of a school, underscore the humanitarian toll of these hostilities. The chaos has contributed to Iran's partial closure of the Strait of Hormuz, a vital passageway for global oil shipments, further complicating the situation and exacerbating fears of an energy crisis. Khamenei's death at the age of 86 leaves Iran in a precarious position, facing a leadership void with no clear successor. This uncertainty is fueling internal unrest and triggering waves of anti-regime protests throughout the country. President Trump framed the operation as a necessary step to neutralize what he described as imminent threats posed by Iran's nuclear ambitions. He urged the Iranian people to seize this moment to initiate change, calling it a historic opportunity for reform. The international response to this escalation has been diverse and complex. While some world leaders have reacted with caution, calling for de-escalation and dialogue, others have expressed strong condemnation. Notably, Russia labeled the strikes as an unprovoked act of armed aggression, highlighting the delicate balance of global power dynamics. The widening conflict has already started to affect global markets, with oil prices spiking and stock markets experiencing volatility, reflecting investor concerns over potential supply chain disruptions. Looking ahead, the stakes are substantial. The power vacuum in Iran could lead to an internal struggle for control, potentially opening the door to regime change. However, it remains uncertain whether the U.S. aims for a complete overthrow or prefers a negotiated settlement with remnants of the current regime. Such scenarios have historical precedents, though the outcomes are often unpredictable. Without rapid de-escalation, there's a genuine risk of this conflict drawing in more international actors, as evidenced by Russia's hints of pausing Ukraine peace talks and China's calculated silence on direct military support to Iran. This situation poses a fork in the road for the Middle East, potentially reshaping the region's landscape and reflecting broader geopolitical tensions. The implications extend beyond the immediate conflict, touching on the potential vulnerabilities of U.S. bases and the overall stability of the region. As we consider whether this unfolds into a prolonged regional war or becomes a catalyst for change within Iran, the international community must navigate these challenges with caution and foresight. As we conclude this episode, it's clear that the death of Ayatollah Khamenei and the subsequent military actions have ushered in a new and uncertain chapter in Middle Eastern geopolitics. The coming days and weeks will be critical in determining the trajectory of this conflict and the broader implications for the region and the world. We will continue to monitor developments closely, providing insights and analysis to help you understand the complex dynamics at play. Thank you for joining us today. Stay informed, stay engaged, and as always, we will be here to help you navigate these challenging times.